Hey guys, Zephyrix here, and hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. This one's a response to Javen. Um, One thing I hate about these kind of videos is that they do so many different things wrong that there's so much to cover. So I just got to keep going. Now, first of all, I gotta say one thing about this video, man. This video kind of came off like a child who was trying to make himself look cool. I mean, I saw in previous videos how everyone was saying, "Oh, you used to be on PlayStation. We don't like you no more because you're not about PlayStation anymore." And you said, "Yeah, I'm cool. No, I am cool. I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you." And so he was taking pot shots at the Xbox 360, and and it was just like, I don't know. Maybe I kind of give you. I thought you were better than that, man. All jokes aside, I thought you were better than that. You know, to be pulled in by simple peer pressure, dude. Are you serious? Now, of course, in the video he took a shot at the PlayStation, at the Xbox 360. And that's one thing about when people do this. They can only take a shot at the whole pay to play thing and the Red Ring of Death. They can't touch anything else on the Xbox 360. But the ironic part about it is that with every year that goes past, there's a new joke about the PlayStation 3. And it's true. Think about it. This year, it's the whole wow. It seems like every year. No, excuse me. It seems like PlayStation 3 is the only console to lose features every year since it's released. It's something new. Next year, it'll probably be something regarding their premium platform. It could be anything. There's always something new to make fun of the PlayStation 3 with, and that's just true. While with the Xbox 360, you're stuck with those one things that you've been saying over and over and over again. But let's get going with this whole video thing, okay? First of all, you were talking about how people had no reason to hate the PlayStation 3 at its launch. I don't know if you remember correctly, but the PlayStation 3 had one, no game. Well, it had very crappy games when it first came out. I think its best game was Heavy Sword at the time. Number two, it had a price tag of $600 for a console that couldn't do. It can do like what, two things, and both of them it did them like no, it didn't do them like shit, but it couldn't really do them to the best of its degree. Number three, PSN, its online platform, was crap, man. It was disgustingly crap. Number four, it could only download one thing at a time. Number five, the controllers had no rumble. There was many reasons why there was that console failed. There was many reasons why that console failed. In launch anyway. And yeah, at launch it was quite a failure at launch. It got better. That's great. It did get better. You know? It did get better. I'll give it props is due, but nonetheless, yeah. That's the reason why people were hating on the PlayStation 3 at its launch. So don't get it twisted like, you forgot or something like that. Because no, we have not forgotten. Now, you also went on the record to say that the PlayStation 3 can play Xbox 360 games, but not vice versa. You're wrong. With the exception of the whole space thing with the whole Blu-ray versus DVD 9 thing, Kojima himself said this, and I quote, "There is very little difference between the power of the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360," and he also went on record to say that Metal Gear Solid 4, with obvious tweaking, could run on Xbox 360 hardware. Now, so riddle me this, if Metal Gear Solid 4, which is a fantastic looking game, can run on Xbox 360 hardware, how come Uncharted can't? Truth is, it can. Uncharted 2 could run on Xbox 360 hardware, and Kojima pretty much said it when he said that there is no difference between the powers of the systems and that Metal Gear Solid 4 can run on Xbox 360 hardware. But I'm sure Kojima doesn't know what he's talking about because, he just made the goddamn thing. But whatever. Anyway, so, then you also said how the PlayStation Move is going to engulf the Wii platform, and god damn, that was so fail. And I'm going to tell you why that was fail. Number one, the reason why it's fail is this, because of certain things that go by the name of Mario, Samus Aran, Luigi, Link, Zelda, Princess Peach, Toad, Bowser Koopa, Ganondorf, and many, many other characters. The console is, when it comes down to a console, is not all about graphics. Graphics does not make a console. Okay? It's only like 1/3, if that, of the console's potential. Okay? Obviously, it's not, well, even 1/4, should I say, because obviously the Wii has proven that it is not just 1/3, because it also takes legacy. The Nintendo has legacy. And that's one thing that continues to allow the Nintendo system to sell, is because of its legendary games that has come out from its yesteryear, which also goes to my second point, is the legacy, because now with the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo games and all those, that's another thing that the console has over the other consoles. It's because it has all those old games, the nostalgia angle, if you will, that allows you to play these old games. Now, number three, of course, is the fact that even like Sony is trying to adapt these controllers to the Sony platform. But the thing is that here's the thing. Have you not noticed that Nintendo hasn't even been using these whole controllers, these motion controllers as of late? Because they're old news. Sony's trying to adapt old generation hardware, to their system. Think about it. New Super Mario Brothers, ironically enough, the word new in it, uses very little radical controls in it. Yeah, you shake it to shake your, the propeller hat, but aside from that, or to, like, I think it's a double jump as well. Excuse me, but aside from that, that's all they use. All the control is streamlined through a controller-based operating system. Look at a newer game that hasn't even come out yet, Metroid Other Z, or Other M rather. If you notice, for the most part, you control the game via, as a Nintendo controller, as if it was a Nintendo controller rather. Excuse me. And then what you have to do is you would turn it to aim and point. Yeah, but for the most part, it was simple control. Now, another thing that people are not seeing, that what makes the Wii better than that is because the Wii works. The Wii console, the Wii controller works as both a controller and a motion controller, where it's not the same thing with the Sony system. So, which meaning that with the Wii controller, I can flip it back and forth. I can, vertical, horizontal, in order to do what I want to do, in order to play a regular type of game and then switch it, things like that. Sony's not going to have that. So it's going to be very hard for you guys. Like, it either has to be motion controller, or or it has to be controller, or you have to switch them back and forth between them. Like I said, it's going to be a mess. And there's other thing. Oh, and last but not least, brother, do you highly believe that people are going to they're actually waiting for this? Do you think that people who actually own a Wii right now are saying, wow, I bought a Wii simply because of the motion controller, and now that Sony is going to get a motion controller, I'm going to sell my Wii and get that? No, they're not saying that. You know why? Because they already know that they've kind of left the motion controller in the dust, and they bought it for the legacy. They bought Nintendo for the legacy. Now, that's talk regular gamers. Now, let's talk about the casual and older gamers. Will they do it? No, they won't do it. You know why? Because once again, the legacy that Nintendo has. Nintendo has their Links, their Zeldas, and, that's already in their house now. So they know Nintendo. Sony, not so much. I mean, I'm not saying that Sony is unknown, but it's not going to be as good as Nintendo is. That's just without saying, I'm not talking about in terms of the technology with the motion controller. Yeah, that's going to be better on the Sony system. But no matter how you look at it, it's still not going to it's not going to be as good as you're thinking it is. It's not going to be revolutionary as you think it is, And then, what else was I saying? There was one more. Oh, you also say how the Wii, the Xbox, assuming the PlayStation 3 is like the Wii and the Xbox combined. That is hella not true. You know why? How could it be that? Okay, you know why you might be able to fool some people with that? It's because Sony and PlayStation 3 do nothing more than copy everything that those other two systems do. Now, I know that all companies do that, and yeah, you're right. All companies do that, but the thing is that if Sony is assuming PlayStation 3 is supposed to be future-proof, quote-unquote, then how come they have to copy? They should be innovating, but they're not innovating, are they? No, they're not innovating. They're constantly copying. Think about it. A PSN is a copy of Xbox Live. Think of it again. Motion controllers, didn't we already have that? Over and over and over again. And the thing is that Sony is going to fail because they honestly believe that it's all about that motion controller right there. It's not about that. It's fun with the motion controller, but it's more fun to have these classic games come out and that you can use it. Look at Punch-Out. Look at all these games. Not only they're all right with the motion controller, but it's also good that you don't have to use the motion controller as well. Because I know that when I picked up Punch-Out, I was not using the motion controller. When I was playing Mario Kart, I was not using the motion controller. Point in case is that I don't know where you're getting your information from in terms of or why you think these motion controllers are going to be so good. And wasn't it you who was actually making fun of the motion controllers on the Wii? But I hate to tell you this though, but yeah, man, it's going to fail. And there are so many reasons why it's going to fail. But I tell you what, I'm not in the business of trying to crush people's dreams. By all means, boo-boo, if you think that if you want to continue to believe that it's going to, revolutionize the system or whatever bullshit that you were talking about, knock yourself the hell out, dude. But do me a favor, when you wind up when you figure out that it will fail, record it, because I kind of want to see you cry. Peace.